It's the Shatkin First Down Pregame Show, presented by Dr. Todd Shatkin and the Aesthetic Associate Center, with your hosts, Rich Gaenzler and Dr. Jared Shatkin, and our special guest, Bills alum, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Now, from the Shatkin Sports Network studios in Amherst, here are your hosts, Rich Gaenzler and Jared Shatkin.
Welcome to the Shatkin First Buffalo Pregame Show. Rich Gaenzler, Dr. Jared Shatkin. We're going to break down the Bills and the Pats. Another unsavory game for the Bills for sure, with a chance to win and didn't late. Well, we'll get into details about that. A very special guest in the second segment who you will see on Thursday night as part of the Amazon broadcast. You might know him. He played quarterback for the Bills for a bunch of years, and he's got a great beard. You probably know what we're talking about. He'll be joining us in the second segment. We'll do the huddle, and then, of course, we'll break down the Bills and the Bucs. But first, let's go around the water cooler. All right, so let's break down the Bills and Pats. And again, disappointing. They were huge favorites again and lose in a game that, let's face it, seeing the second half, you thought for sure they were going to win. Having Mac Jones having to go, it was around 70 yards in that last drive to win the game. You suspected the Bills' defense would hold them and win the game, and they didn't. But, man, we were talking before we came on, like, where do we even start with this? Let's just start with Josh right out of the gate. His very first throw of the game is a play, a six-year pro is not supposed to make. You're supposed to see Jabril Peppers in your frame of vision, and he just tunnel visioned it, and Jabril Peppers makes a great play, and there's sort of the tone of the first half of the offense.
Yeah, and I think he's done that 3 times in his career, thrown an interception on the first play of the game. So let's just start there. We're already down 3-0. Defense made a big stop. We're expecting the offense to get something going, and then he throws a pick that first play, and now the Pats have the ball again, expanding their lead, and it's just not the way to start the game.
Yeah, Josh, one deep ball, and Diggs is open. He splits coverage. He's got a couple steps on defenders, and it's overthrown, and part of me says, gosh, maybe if we did that more often, there would be a little bit more accuracy there, and that plays a touchdown, right?
Yeah, remember last year we were complaining about the short throws. We can only throw deep. We can't throw deep, but it's one play. Yes, you expect him to usually hit that, but it's a low percentage throw.
Sure.
But run that more than one time. I saw a stat today that on 2nd and 6 and lower, we ran the ball to James Cook every time, and James had a great game. But we didn't go play action deep one time on 2nd and short. If it's not there, you could throw it away. It doesn't make sense. The offense is looking really out of sync in the first half, at least, and it just really is. It's kind of disappointing because of the amount of talent we have on that team.
Yeah, and Diggs, his touchdown was phenomenal. There's just the effort on that play was great. And then, of course, the deep ball on the very last possession. Yeah. What a throw by Josh. And it should have been, as much as we praise Diggs for being the man and I'm him and all of that. He's him, sorry. But that's a ball he should have caught, and it would have given him an opportunity to spike the ball at the 30 of the Patriots, drop a play, and maybe even get a game-winning play, a more comfortable game-winning play set up.
That was one of the most incredible throws I've ever seen. But, yeah, you're talking about that. That is a play that Diggs usually makes because he's a superstar. It's not a play you expect many people to make, but it's the only person you really can expect is, Stephon Diggs and maybe Justin Jefferson to make that play.
Let's switch over to defense very quickly. Basics were a problem. They couldn't tackle, right? Dorian Williams gets taken out, and I don't think it was ever explained to anybody why.
I think it's because he missed one tackle.
Yeah, and I thought that was a bad move. I think in that game, you got to let him play. Let the guy play. Let the kid play. Let him get those reps. I didn't feel like Dodson made any difference, to be honest. Poona Ford and Settle in the middle were getting blown out. Both lines of scrimmage weren't great for the Bills. And then, you talk about the game-winning touchdown. Here's, again, and Taron Johnson, big ups to him. He's been fantastic as the nickel corner in this defense for years. Mm-hmm. But it's 2 weeks in a row, he's been in a mismatch, right? Waller basically beats him more than once at the goal line for the Giants, and here he is against Taron Johnson against a 6'6" Gesicki. Not a good matchup there.
Not a good matchup, and there are guys on the team that match up well against somebody like that.
Sure.
Dorian Williams, the guy we bench, he matches up pretty well. He's pretty athletic. That is a little bit of coaching, and it's a little bit of just being unfortunate in that formation, but maybe call a timeout and get your best guy on him.
And then the other thing, on the last possession of the game, you got Kingsley Jonathan playing defensive end. You got Epinesa, you got Russo, you got Floyd, you got Von Miller, and you're playing 59 at defensive end in the last possession of the game when you're playing to win?
Yeah, there's still different options. There's Epinesa, there's Floyd. There's not that Kingsley Jonathan isn't a decent player, because he is, but it's at that point you want your superstars on the field.
And I noticed too, there was a point when Russo was playing basically as a DT. He did some of that for Miami in college, and he's done a little bit of that in the pros, not much, but it just tells you how their depth has been hurt so badly by the injuries on the inside, especially no Oliver, no Daquan Jones. So now you got Russo playing in the middle. You got Shaq Lawson now sometimes forced more into the middle than he's probably liking to do.
I think Poona Ford should have been a better player for us, and we signed him for too much money to be a healthy scratch most games and then get in the game and get pushed around like he's getting pushed around. And Tim Settle is not what he was in Washington, and we're really, the injuries are starting to pile up and they're starting to really affect this team, and we're supposed to have our offense to pick us up, and they're just not. You
saw McDermott's reaction after Gesicki's touchdown. He was visibly upset, and he doesn't typically get that way, not on camera, not in front of big audience, obviously, so that kind of maybe sets the tone for what's going forward. Now maybe he's going to show some emotion and maybe get angry and maybe fire up this team like I think we all need. All right, let's go to a break. We're going to come back with former Bills quarterback Ryan Fitzpatrick. Fitzmagic, the Amish Rifle, whatever you want to call him. He has many nicknames. He will join us. Of course, he's part of the Amazon broadcast team. Will be in Buffalo at Highmark Thursday night for the Bills and Bucs. He joins us next in the Shatkin F.I.R.S.T Buffalo pregame show.
Hi, I'm Dr. Todd Shatkin here with Hall of Fame running back Thurman Thomas.
My family and I have been coming to Dr. Shatkin's dental office for years. The office is beautiful and the staff is outstanding.
Thanks, Thurman. It's been an honor for me to take care of you and your family.
For a Hall of Fame smile, go where the pros go. Dr. Todd Shatkin at the Aesthetic Associates Center.
Call today for a free consultation, 839-1700.
It's apple picking time. When was the last time you bit into an apple? With affordable Shatkin mini dental implants, you can. Stabilize your dentures and replace missing teeth in as little as one visit. You can be you again, only better. Call the Aesthetic Associates Center today at 716-839-1700 for your free consultation.
All right, this is maybe the most unique one of these that we've done. We're joined by the guy that's apparently too much magic, according to Kevin Hart and all of that. And, there's probably a movie role coming for him sometime soon, I'm sure, unless it hasn't been pitched already. Of course, the Amish Rifle, Ryan Fitzpatrick, joins us. It is great to see you. You're in this sort of dark shadow. It's maybe Halloween appropriate the way we're seeing you tonight, Fitz.
Yeah, I think so. I apologize. I'm in a car traveling right now. Just flew from Arizona to New York.
You're one of us at this point now. You're a member of the media. Do you know now? Do you understand how stressful it is to be one of us?
Well, I will say my first taste of that last year. My first thing I had to do for Amazon, we had Kansas City and the Chargers. I had to fly to LA and interview Justin Herbert. And so I was like waiting outside of the Chargers facility in LA, like hoping to be let in the gates. And it was like such a humbling experience, just standing outside, like praying to be let in, and then Justin answered yes or no to pretty much every question I asked and didn't add on anything at all. So that was really fun, but it's been up since then.
So you have, I'm assuming, a hair person, a makeup person. Do you have a beard person?
So I kind of do my own hair and beard, and then I have somebody that's got to apply the makeup to try to make me look pretty on TV. But my youngest kids, they think I'm a judge. We watch American Idol and shows like that. So when I leave, they said, "Dad, are you going to be a judge?" Which it makes sense. It looks like I'm on a panel up there and I'm judging people.
Let's talk about the game that you're going to watch and judge Fitzpatrick. How do the Bills get good?
Yeah, I mean, I've watched every game. I've got, my 14-year-old is a huge Bills fan, and my
Awesome.
16-year-old is somehow a Dolphins fan. So that's an interesting rivalry in the household. But yeah, we're glued to the TV every Sunday, and these last 3 weeks, especially the first half, have been a huge struggle. That's an understatement. But I'd love to see the same thing the fans want to see. I want to see some more design runs for Josh, because I don't think it could be understated how important that is for the psyche of the team. That's the identity of this team, is we think our football team's better than you, and we think our quarterback is tougher than yours. And so I would like to see them get back to that a little bit. And I think the other thing that they struggle with is, since Beasley left and since Emmanuel Sanders left a couple of years ago, that third wide receiver spot, they just haven't really been able to find a guy to fit in that spot. I think Kincaid, as a tight end, is really going to come on. He's super talented, but they need another receiver to step up. And I think just consistency with Gabe Davis as well with his production. He's got to step it up a little bit.
What do you know about the Bucs coming into this game?
It's going to be a tough matchup because, I played for Todd Bowles for 2 years when I was in New York, and he's a tough coach, man. He's aggressive. His defenses are always difficult to go against, especially in a short week when you don't have as much time to prep. He's going to throw a couple things at you that are going to be difficult. They're going to have to adjust throughout the game. But Tampa's struggle this year has been on offense. It's been being able to put up, 20 points in a game. And, it's going to be interesting because all the injuries that have happened to Buffalo on defense, you assume Tampa's going to come in. They're going to see some of the film from the last few weeks. They're going to try to really establish the run. They'll throw the ball deep to Godwin and Evans and hope to get some plays out of it. But the things that the Bills have struggled with the last few weeks on defense, Tampa's going to try to exploit. And, Josh, they're going to come after him and try to get him to force some stuff and have some turnovers.
I know your son is playing football, and he's also a quarterback. So what style quarterback is he? I mean, does he have your wife's athleticism? Because we know she was a better athlete than you. So does he have her athleticism? Is he one of those sort of RPO athletic quarterbacks, or is he a pocket guy? Like what is he?
Well, right now he is a growing young boy that is in the awkward phase of, he's 6'3" and his legs are, come up to about my shoulders. So he's still trying to figure out how to move in his rapidly growing body right now. But I think he got more of my athleticism, unfortunately. So he won't be the running dual threat quarterback that we're all hoping for.
The short time you'll be back in Western New York, have as much fun as you possibly can. I know everybody and their brothers, trying to get a hold of you, me included. So, if I don't see you, enjoy your time. Well, I'll certainly watch you on television or see you at the stadium, whatever the case may be. But I really appreciate it. Safe travels in the Big Apple, and great to see you, man. Thanks for doing this.
All right. You too. Thank you. We'll see you.
All right, brother.
Hi, I'm Dr. Todd Shatkin, the clinical director here at the new Shatkin Dental Health Postgraduate Dental Residency Program. For years, I've felt there's been a need to help those patients who just can't afford quality care but want to be treated in a private dental office setting. Shatkin Dental Health will save you 20 to 30% on the procedures you need without compromising the care you deserve.
Call Shatkin Dental Health today at 43 Smile and receive a dental cleaning and x-rays for only $43. And as always, consultations are free.
It means a lot to be able to work with my dad to continue this legacy that we have going on.
I had many implants. Once I got them, it was like the old me came back.
The changes you can make in such a short period of time in somebody's life, have somebody in the chair crying because they finally have a full set of teeth. And I think the only way to do it in that type of time period for that type of price is really the mini implant.
Mini dental implants can change your life too. Call us at 839-1700 for a free consultation.
All right, welcome back. It is it's funny. Okay. We could do like a Shatkin family feud here, if we were better prepared, but that would be kind of great because we have 3 Shatkins and a Shatkin employee in front of us. Welcome back to the Shatkin First Down Buffalo pregame show. I'm Rich, Jared, Todd, Sam. You should have been first, obviously, and then your brother should have been after that. And then Fitz is here. Our second Fitz, we just had the other Fitz on.
I heard.
Tell the story quickly about when you met Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Okay, so my dear friend, Al Caffiero, he says, Fitz, we're going down to the MDA telethon tonight. I'm like, okay, great. So the keynote there is Ryan Fitzpatrick. They had one of his jerseys up, so I wanted to bid on it. So I bid on the jersey and I won. So I go up, he goes, hey, you and I have the same last name? I go, we do. He goes, hang on. He grabs a silver Sharpie. He writes, to Fitz, from Fitz. Here we go. I have it hanging in my house.
I'm pretty sure that's the only one of those in existence, my friend.
Yeah.
So that's a heck of a collection.
I just got to hide it on my 2 brothers.
All right, well, gosh, this is great. Dr. Todd, I'm going to start with you.
All right.
Thank you for being on your own show. This is pretty awesome. And good to see you. It's been a while.
Be here. Well, Jared's show too now, so
That's right.
he's the doctor too.
That's right. So what are your impressions just generally about what's been happening the last couple of weeks with the Bills?
It's really frustrating because I know they're much better than they're showing up to be. 3 weeks in a row, they haven't showed up to play.
Sam, I'm going to stay on that idea because, Jared and I were talking last week about how there is just no fire. There's just no spirit, anything in the sidelines. Yeah. They look like they're just showing up for work, basically.
Yeah. No energy at all. And, they're you can't even use the word funk anymore. I mean, they got the talent. They just don't know how to put it all together. And I think it actually starts from the top. I'm wondering if the coaching aren't getting these guys going and ready for the game. I mean, the London thing, you can sort of say, okay, long trip, big, exciting thing, but something's different now.
Yeah, well, Fitz, let me go to you on this one. Sure. So, what's different is Sean McDermott's calling the defense. That didn't happen last year or any of the other years he's been a head coach of the Buffalo Bills. So maybe his focus is more on the defense and less on the team as a whole. I mean, is that something we can pick up?
It's a strong possibility. I mean, it definitely, it's the first year. But it just seems like, I agree with the Shatkin brothers here. Like, they have the talent. They can't get the wheel going. They just look out of sync completely. I don't want to take anything away from Mac Jones because he had a good game. They had a game plan. They stuck to it, and they beat us. And I mean, with 2 minutes on the clock, and I see our defense on the field, I get a little nervous. I'm shell-shocked from KC, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm not feeling good about our D with all the injuries and just being able to stop the Patriots, no less.
And Jared, what he just said is the Bills were outcoached against the Patriots.
Yeah, Bill Belichick outcoached us this game. And also another thing is we didn't get any pressure up the middle, and Mac Jones had a clean pocket the entire game. The offensive coordinator on the Patriots had a really good game plan, and we did not have a really good game plan. We got outcoached, we got outplayed, we got outclassed up against a 1-5 team.
Sam, out-executed, right? Out-basicked, if you will. I mean, we couldn't tackle on that last drive.
Energy. Yeah. Get the guys running around and having some fun out there. I don't see that at all.
All right, so Todd, you get the meeting of the minds together. What's the discussion like, and how do we move on from this? Or is this just that somebody mentioned the word funk? Well, this happens every year with the Bills, but it can't.
Maybe it's like trying to pull teeth, you can't get it away.
What I would say is, look, Dr. Sam and I both had the same college football coach, Pat Stark, and he would be livid with the attitude of the players. Yeah. If you were on the sideline and we were sitting there with our heads down and not getting into the game, he'd be like yelling at us and getting us pumped up, right? Yeah. He wouldn't handle that. That's the University of Rochester, of course. May he rest in peace, Coach Stark. But he would be livid if our college team had that kind of an attitude. The Bills got to get out there and be excited to play from down 1 until the last down of the game. They got to play hard, and I think they got to put the ball into Josh's hands more and let him make decisions that he does best, because I think they're limiting him, in my opinion. I think they're telling him and controlling him too much, and he's not able to play his game.
Yeah, he needs to improv a little bit more. I would agree with that. And Fitz, I think a short week for them is a good thing, because if I'm them, coming off the last 3 games they've played, I want to get out there and play again. Yeah. I got to get after this thing, and I got to get good and right quick.
Right, and I noticed yesterday that with a few minutes left, they have the hurry up offense going, and it seemed to start clicking a little bit. So why don't we start off that way? We got to try something, because everybody's
offensive creativity. I think that's what we should look at.
I think so.
And go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, I think the way we play when we're going tempo is kind of like the way we played at the beginning of last year when we were kind of unstoppable. So I think there is part of me that wants to see the team start tempo from set one to at least halftime, and then you can slow down the game. Get a nice lead early instead of waiting till the second half to start. Get this offense out there.
Yeah, and urgency is I think the key word, because they play with urgency when they have had to in these second halves. In the first half, they're just kind of like, and they've even said it. They've said, we're going to feel out the other team. We're going to see what they're doing. No. You don't let them come to you. You go to them. That's right, Sam. All right, let's get to the 2-minute drill and some trivia. All right, guys, as you know, we do trivia about the two teams that are playing. So it's the Bills and the Bucs this week. And I'll start here. It was 1986 in the big sombrero, the Bills and the Buccaneers. Two former USFL quarterbacks played against each other. One for the Bills, one for the Bucs. Who were they?
Doug Williams, Jim Kelly.
No.
Jim Kelly.
And
You're talking about Super Bowl?
No.
Jim Kelly.
Just a game. 1986. The Creamsicles.
Also from Miami?
No, he ended up being a Hall of Famer for the 49ers.
Oh, Steve Young.
Steve Young.
Steve
There
Young.
you go. So,
Oh, yeah.
of course, it was Houston Gambler, Jim Kelly, LA Express, Steve Young. They played against each other in that game. And one of Jim Kelly's best games of his career, by the way, in that game, 29-39, 342, and 3 touchdowns in that win. Okay, question number 2. Tampa Bay beat Buffalo 19-3. The Buccaneers running back, he was nicknamed Cadillac. Who's he? Carnell Williams. That's right. I'll give that to you. And finally, you guys, because I'm native of Rochester, you went to the University of Rochester. I hope you know this. The Gaenzler family, who owns the Bucs, are originally from Rochester, if you didn't know that.
I didn't know.
Not only do they own Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but they also own another major sports franchise that's actually worth more money than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Who might that be?
Soccer somewhere in Europe. European soccer.
It is the other kind of football.
Yeah.
Manchester United.
Manchester United. Man U is right. Yes. Well done, guys.
Man.
All right. We got to wrap up the huddle now with getting your picks for the game. Score predictions. Dr. Todd, you first. Bills, Bucs. What do you think?
Oh, jeez. I say we're going to bounce back. We're going to win 28-14.
Very nice. Dr. Sam.
I think it's going to be a nice barn burner again, which I hate because it's a late night. But I would say maybe 28-21, maybe.
Okay. And Fitz?
I'm going to take the Bills because I got to 24-21.
24-21.
It'll be a close
Great.
one.
Okay. You know, I mean, how can we? Yeah. We've been predicting blowouts for the last 3 weeks, and it's just not happened. Yeah, right. And I can't go that way anymore. I hate to say that, but I just have this sort of doubt in my head about this team, and I wish it wasn't that way, but it is, and I think that's getting that way for a lot of people too. Guys, great job. Okay. Thank you for being part of your own show, and for letting me do this for the last couple of years. I've had so much fun.
You guys do a great job.
And thanks for the viewers for watching this as well.
Tell Fitz we said hello.
We will do that. We will definitely do that. All right, coming up next, Jared and I come back. We're going to talk in more depth about the Bills and the Bucs when we return on the Shatkin F.I.R.S.T Buffalo pregame show.
I'm Princess Glitterhead. I was in pain like my whole life with my teeth. I want to feel better. Like, what could I do? Like, I could actually go all the way and actually like fix myself, be healthy, get rid of all the decay. So I made a free consultation appointment. I'm gonna go do it. I'm gonna go get my teeth back. And I could see it helping so many people, including myself. It's gonna change your life. It really does. Wow. Oh my God.
Mini dental implants can change your life too. You can be you again. Call us at 839-1700 for a free consultation.
I don't know why I'm so emotional about it.
My self-esteem wasn't where it should have been because I was really, really self-conscious about my teeth. When I walked into Shatkin Dental, I was instantly ready for the residency program. I knew that that is what I needed. I needed the discount. I needed the dentist that was going to fix everything. My self-esteem is already getting much, much, much higher just from starting the procedures.
Call Shatkin Dental Health today at 43 Smile for quality dental care you can afford.
All right, welcome back to the Shatkin First Down Buffalo pregame show. All right, Dr. Jared, here we go. Bills, Bucs, Thursday Night Football, national TV. You know, what are people thinking about the Bills going into this game? And the Bucs are coming into Highmark Stadium, which is always a tough place to play. But, you know, generally, what do you think, even the national, because there's going to be obvious a national game, the only game people are watching. What do you think the thought is going to be going into this game?
I think there's going to be a lot of doubters, and I think it's rightfully so. We haven't really stepped up to the plate the last couple of games, and I think some people are probably going to pick the Bucs to win this game.
It's weird. I mean, yeah, Baker Mayfield here. Oh, he's never going to beat the Bills. He's played pretty well, all things considered, and he still has good weaponry. And Mike Evans is still a fantastic player. Godwin is still playing at a high level. They don't have much of a tight end, but Rashad White's a nice back for him. So they got a decent offense, and then defensively, pretty good there too. They're not a far cry from what they were when they went to the Super Bowl with Tom Brady. Vea's back, Barrett, Levante David. They got some guys that can pressure the quarterback. I think they have 15 sacks combined as a team, 6 takeaways, some from backups actually. So they're not a bad team. I know the record doesn't show it.
Yeah, I mean, they beat the Saints, which beat the Patriots 34-0. So if you want to play that type of odds, then maybe they should be favored. But we are favored by 7.5 points, and we should be the better team, even with all the talent on the Buccaneers team. But we're kind of just a mess right now. It's, I think this is the perfect type of game where it's like stop the bleeding, just get the win, and then get that 10 days rest and have your mini bye and figure out what's going on with the team.
Yeah, I just don't know what to think about this team, and I would love to think that they're going to, go back to what they were in weeks 2, 3, and 4, where they didn't necessarily play down to their opponents. They destroyed their opponents that they were supposed to destroy.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen that. And some people would argue, well, they're playing down. No, because they didn't do that earlier in the year, right? I mean,
No, I don't think they're playing down to their opponents. I just think they're straight up getting outplayed right now.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of it has to do with the way the offense is starting, and I blame Ken Dorsey for some of this. I blame Josh Allen for some of this. I blame the head coach for getting them up. We just need to really start faster this year, and if we can somehow get to 5-3, I think we can figure something out, because when we were in 2021, at one point, we were 5-3 and 7-6, and we ended up having our best year. And the offense finally figured it out. And I remember after the Tampa game, I came on the show. I said, if the Bills are going to have a Super Bowl run, it's going to be a Cinderella story. We're going to have to win out from here, and we damn near won out from here. So I think it's a similar thing where we just really have to find the fire. We have to find the want to win. We have to have some desire. The coaches need to make the game a little simpler for us. I think the simpler the game plan is for Josh, the better he plays, because then he can be himself. He can be Josh Allen. It's the second half first, the Jaguars, he showed it. And the second half first, the Patriots, he showed it. When we go up tempo, we go 2-minute drill, that's when he's the best.
Be himself. I love the wording, because that's exactly what he needs to do more of. Yeah. Be himself. And look, they better figure it out in that 10-day window, because their schedule does not get easier with the Bengals and the Chiefs and the Eagles and the Chargers and the Cowboys and the Dolphins again and the Jets again and the Patriots again. They better figure it out, or it's going to be big trouble in the second half of the season.
Yeah, it's going to be big trouble, and there's going to be a lot of people fired after the season if they don't figure it out.
All right, score prediction.
I predict that the Bills win, but I think it's going to be close. I think we're going to struggle on offense, and I think it's going to be 17-10.
17-10. I'll go 23-16, Bills winning. All right, great job. Of course, thank you, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Thanks to Dr. Todd and Dr. Sam, the Shatkin family. Part of the show today. So thanks to all of them. Thanks for you for watching. Thanks to Athletic Associate Shatkin Dental as well. Go Bills. Thursday Night Football National Spotlight at Highmark. Bills and Bucks coming, and we will see you in about a week and a half for our next Shatkin F.I.R.S.T Buffalo pregame show.
In the Pocket is sponsored by Mini Dumpster Rental. Call 716-429-6362. This has been a production of the Shatkin Sports Network.